Called Ask the Cops. Ask the Cops. It's a show where we talk about law enforcement with the top cops. And today on the program, Chief Greg Graham is in the house wearing a pink badge. I wish we had a capability of zooming in on our little camera. Hello out there, world, to show Greg's pink badge, because that's just super cool. And I'm not kidding you about it. I think it's cool. Very cool, all right? You're not sensitive, are you?
No.
Okay,
No.
all right.
If I was sensitive, I wouldn't be wearing a pink badge.
I just want to make
wore
sure.
a pink bra last year for breast cancer awareness.
He's secure in his manhood.
A badge isn't going to bother him.
Okay, you don't have to go there, Tom, okay? Meanwhile, that's Don Maines. He's here back again on the program with us many times. Major Don Maines from the Sheriff's Department. Gentlemen, thanks so much again we kind of had to move the schedule a little bit. Thanks for doing that in your busy schedules and coming in today. And
We're here to please, buddy.
You're here what?
We're here to please.
Here to please?
Yeah, we're here to please.
I can use another
Well, then
cup
why
of
did I
coffee.
go get
That's the case.
Okay. All right. We're here to please you, buddy.
Yes.
We're not necessarily here for Tom. But
I
I did
went and
notice
got Buddy's coffee.
I know. How come, I'm looking in front of me and I
You'll
see
see coffee?
nothing to drink in front of
Here
me.
you go. Here's my coffee. I'll give it to you.
I
want
wouldn't
you
do
to
that
have
for
it.
you.
Because
Now,
you're
what
not
order you need it.
you're not the guy that sits behind the oak tree on 441. That guy, I'll buy coffee.
Oh, well, wait till you try to pull out of the parking lot later today, brother.
All right, as I can see right now, already we're going down the wrong road, thanks to Tom Schmidt. So, we're going down the wrong road. Let's see if we can get it back on the right road today. And we have a lot to talk about today. And good to be back with you again. I want to start off, if I may, with the event that you had downtown recently. I was not here for it. I wish I would have been. The prayer vigil,
Yeah.
which I think the mayor was on yesterday, singing the praises of that and how successful it was, and the crowd that came and the people who talked about it. There are those, of course, who have different opinions about things, but of course, that's what makes a horse race, Greg.
Sure.
And so, in just 1 second, as soon as I get Don back in here, I'd like for you to talk about that a little bit, if you will, and tell us, it was your brainchild. And I remember in church that the pastor, Mark Cummins, held a letter up as an example of how proud he was of his community for doing it. So before I get you to talk about that, and I want to, I'm going to say, Don, good to have you back again.
It's
today.
always great to be here, buddy.
And you've got a lot to talk about today too.
We do.
Things that I got a note from the sheriff about what you're going to discuss, and we got plenty of things to kick around. And I've got on the program today one of those unusual, stupid things that criminals do, which I think we'll all get a laugh at. We need a laugh once in a while, don't we, Greg?
Absolutely.
We got to have a laugh once in a while when they do something, totally stupid. And then we'll discuss that. Let's go back to the issue of the downtown vigil. Explain for those who don't know what it was, Chief Graham.
Sure. The past month, actually it's been longer than that, we've had a spike in violent crime in the city. A lot of shootings, groups of people who are upset at each other for whatever reason. I can't really go into what the reasons are, but believe me when I tell you they're stupid. We're trying to bring some awareness to what's going on. And although we know who's involved in these groups and we know who are doing the shootings, we've yet to have any credible witnesses come forward and give us information so that we could actually make a charge on the people that we know are doing it, which is a problem. And, so we've done a lot of stuff. We created although I don't like to use the term task force, we created a task force, a violent crime task force, to go out throughout the community and target these individuals that we know are involved in this crime spree. But we wanted to engage our community, and we specifically wanted to engage our faith-based community. So we met with some of the ministers throughout town and kicked around some ideas. And the first one was, let's have a prayer vigil downtown to pray for the community and pray for strength and courage, wisdom. And so that's what we did. I authored a letter signed with Norvella Haynes, who is a big community activist. Wonderful lady. And so we advertised it on our Facebook page, and we had the prayer vigil. There was, over 500 people down there. We had ministers from every denomination, including the Jewish denomination. There was a couple of people that made some comments on social media about us scheduling the event on Rosh Hashanah. and that we were excluding the Jewish religion. And in fact, Rosh Hashanah didn't start until sunset.
The rabbi was there.
And he played the horn, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
I've never been.
Rosh Hashanah, yeah.
Right.
I've never been to.
You ever go to a Seder? That's kind of cool too, by the way.
Never been to a traditional Jewish service, so I got some friends that are Jewish. But anyway, so we did that, and we've done. We're going to do some community walks and marches to try to engage our faith-based community, to lean on the moms, the grandmothers, the relatives of these people that we know are doing this. To either have them come forward, give us the information, get them to stop doing what they're doing, or to encourage people throughout the community to come forward and say, we're not going to do this. Because if you remember, the thing that really brought this to a head was we had two shooting incidents that involved
Drive-bys,
kids.
right?
That involved kids.
Were they both drive-bys?
Yeah. Well, we've had several of them.
You had an infant shot and a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Exactly. And it's just a shame. I mean, and that's that's the whole point of bringing awareness to this is, it's one thing if they're shooting at each other. I mean, they shouldn't be doing that, but unfortunately, they're not real good shots, and innocent people can get hurt, as
bullets.
evidenced by the kids that were shot. And I mean, we just can't tolerate that in our community. I'm not going to tolerate it in our community. And I'm hoping that the citizens won't tolerate it either. And based on the showing that we had and the comments that I've received, the emails, the phone calls, the community was thankful that we did that and that we're continuing to do what we do. But we still need people to come forward, give us the information, have the courage to do that before anybody else is hurt. And then after the vigil, we've had another homicide. In fact, the other night had nothing to do with any of the groups that are shooting at each other. And we've got a pretty good suspect in that one that hopefully we'll be able to make an arrest here pretty soon.
Interesting way of dealing with the crime problem, and one I've not heard about recently. But I want to just address this part of it. And Don, I want to get your take on this after the break too. It to a common, ordinary citizen, when you say, we know who did it, but we can't do anything about it. That just blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Evidence and due process.
Right. It doesn't, and I can tell you that, all right, I've been in law enforcement 32 years. I think Don's been in law enforcement 90-something years.
98, yeah.
But I can tell you that from the time we show up at a homicide scene, within 5 to 10 minutes, we know who did it. The issue is developing your case to be able to prove who did it, and that's the problem. And unless you've got credible witnesses that will come forward and say, yes, I saw it, yes, I will testify, yes, I'll help you find evidence, then you've got nothing.
Yeah, and so this is how the ordinary Joe thinks. Right. The guy did it. Let's take him to jail. And of course, getting the charges. First of all, finding the evidence, as you say, the forensics, whatever it may be, is as I suggested. I understand the process, but I think the common sense part of it is lost on a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a difference between knowing something and being able to prove something.
Yeah.
And you got to understand. I mean, if we charge somebody with a homicide, that's a serious crime. They're going to either go to jail for the rest of their life, or they're going to, potentially have a death sentence. So everything's going to get questioned. Every small little aspect of the evidence, every witness, any testimony the witnesses give is going to be, second guessed, cross-examined, and you've got to have a solid case in order.
You don't want any sloppy police work. Too many criminals get off because of it in other places.
Correct. And the thing is it takes us a long time to develop these cases, because the last thing you want to do is make an arrest too soon and miss evidence, or not have enough, or have something that gets screwed up in the case, and then the person walks. Yeah. So it takes, and that's true for just about any investigation.
It takes you longer than an hour on CBS?
Well, or 24 or whatever it is. And honestly, and I know Don feels the same way about this, because we talked about this. The way the media and entertainment has talked about forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, and all that other stuff, that if you don't have that, that they believe that every crime scene you've got all this wonderful access to all these wonderful things, and you really don't. I'll give you an example. We had a homicide we had recently or in the past. We've actually got video from the complex where it occurred, where they shoot the guy and then they drag him off and they clean the crime scene up and then they call us. So there's no evidence there because it's already been cleaned up.
That's good, huh?
They're that twisted,
They've done it a few
our
times.
society has gotten to a point where, and there's people standing around watching this, and that there's witnesses out there, but they won't come forward and tell you because they're worried about getting shot, or they don't necessarily trust police, or they're related to the people that are involved, so they don't want to rat on their family members. There's all kinds of excuses to not come forward.
We're going to talk more about that because that's the part 9. And I know that this applies obviously to the sheriff's department too, the aspect of getting the crime scene, getting it all done. And I want to get your thoughts about the process and how it worked with the vigil and getting and the difficulty that you have with the sheriff's department with the same thing, getting people to come forward.
Right.
And I'll just say, people might say, well, why should I? Other than the fact it doesn't affect me. It's like I don't live on the other side of town. Is there some of that going on? So just hold that in abeyance for a second. We'll come back. We'll talk more about this process of these public meetings and nothing else, the awareness that you have, create the awareness about the crimes. So we'll take a break. We'll come back. This program presented by the Briggs Law Firm. I want to thank Randy and Bo, offices located on Fort King. And we'll be back after this timeout on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Being the Culligan man is not easy because he works hard every day for you here in North Central Florida. Whether you need bottled water delivery for your office, a home water softener, or water infiltration system, the Culligan man can help you. At Culligan, North Florida, we have dozens of softener and filtration options, along with a host of media tank sizes. Depending on the exact hardness and usage of your water, we determine the size of softener you're going to need. And if you're on city or well water in one of our local areas, the in-home water analysis is absolutely free. If your needs are for the home, call Ocala Water Conditioning, 352-291-5900. For home or business bottled water in Ocala, call Ocala Bottled Water, 352-291-5900. Culligan of North Florida, a proud sponsor of Florida State football, heard right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, www.the Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clear skies tonight, low 68 to 74. Friday, mostly sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 88 to 90. Mostly clear skies for Friday night, low 70 to 75. And then for Saturday, a partly sunny day, a high of 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lock Dock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lock Dock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
WOCA.
AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Back on Ask the Cops with Chief of Police Greg Graham and Major Don Maines, and we're talking about the recent event downtown, the prayer vigil, how that's working, and the after effects of it. We're talking about how to get people to come and talk to authorities after a crime, and the fact is so mind-blowing to know that you know who did the crime, but you can't do anything about it. And we heard from Greg and Don. Share your thoughts about that, and the difficulty, I'm sure, is exactly the same, getting people to talk and come forward.
That's right. It is like pulling teeth. In some cases, it's very easy, and in other cases, it's like pulling teeth. And it has to do with the relationships between the perpetrator and either the victim and or witnesses. There's a fear factor that goes into this that's got to be calculated into that. And it's a continuing problem. But amplifying what Greg said earlier about a lot of times we know who did this, or at least we feel as though we have very strong indications as to who did this. People need to understand that there are a couple of different levels of thresholds for charging someone. The police operate off of a threshold of probable cause, which is basically that there is a reasonable suspicion there that this person did it. You may not have all the loose ends tied up yet, but the immediate investigation points to a particular person, and whether it's a homicide or
person of interest, right?
A person of interest. That's a level of probable cause, whether it's a DUI arrest or whether it's a homicide arrest. The state attorney's office has to work with a different level because they have to look at it from the standpoint, yes, there's plenty of probable cause there, but is there enough for me to get an actual conviction in a court of law? And that's a different threshold. They have to take that into consideration prior to authorizing us to go out and make an arrest through an indictment or a direct file. And so we usually work closely in conjunction with the state attorney's office, trying to establish that level that they're comfortable with before we actually go hands-on on a major case. Now, if it's a lesser infraction, then we have to make those calls right on the scene, and then that gets filed with the state attorney's office, and then they evaluate it within a 21-day time period usually, as to whether or not they can proceed with the case. And a lot of times the cases get dropped at that point, but that doesn't say or doesn't negate the fact that there was probable cause to make an arrest. There's just not enough to go forward with.
This is what, when you read about this, you see TV shows about this, and you know it's true. The frustration over our legal system sometimes must be overwhelming for people in your business.
It is, very frustrating.
And for the average person, too, to say, number one, you got to go make the case.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get the forensics and bring it to court. Then you might not get a sympathetic state attorney, and you may not get a judge that's sympathetic toward what you're trying to do here.
That's correct.
And the frustrations of you trying to present your case to the judge We have the hanging judge, and we have the other kind of judges, whatever you want to say. It must be, I mean, do you not both want to just throw your hands up sometime?
Well, I can think of some homicide cases right now that come off just the top of my head that we know who did it. And we think that we have enough information to go forward with, but the state attorney's office has to evaluate, like I say, that different threshold. They see through it. They see the case through a different set of eyeglasses than we do. And over the years, I can think of one case that comes in my mind right away, that the case isn't ever going to get any better than it is right now. And so we are 5, 6, 7, 8 years out from the actual event.
We're not talking a cold case here either, right?
Well,
it's not really a cold case as far as you're concerned.
As far as we're concerned, no, because we're always pursuing it. But the case isn't going to ever get any better, and so we're of the opinion we think there's plenty there. Yeah, it may not be 100% lock, but some of that comes down to the skill in prosecuting the case. But the state attorney's office, they have, like I say, their own set of rules, their own threshold, and they're more familiar with the ins and outs of the court system than we are, so we have to yield to their expertise.
But you're all on the same team at the same
Yes,
time.
we are.
That's the thing, is you're trying to accomplish the same goal, which is law and order and justice in the end.
Correct.
And Greg, back to that point again about getting the bad guys off the street. I mean, when you have a situation, let's take O.J. Simpson, okay?
Please.
We know he did it. We just know he did it. I mean, couldn't prove it, knew it. Yet, did he get his just desserts in the end? Because they did catch him on something else. Now, how do you all feel about that? Obviously, you're not going to go out and try to make somebody guilty of a crime, but, right. I mean, is that like, Greg, is that like poetic justice, or what kind of justice is that?
Well, I don't even think it's necessarily justice, because, I mean, people should go to jail for what they've done, but it's the not Dillinger, who was it? The Al Capone, all the homicides and stuff that he committed, and they got him on tax evasion,
right?
And he went to jail. That's
have you tried tax evasion, Greg?
Trust me, we try everything, and that's the part of the purpose of our task force right now is, we're stopping a lot of cars where we've arrested 48. We've made 48 arrests in this task force as long as it's been going on. And, we're targeting individuals that we know are involved in this stuff. And if we can't get the community witnesses to come forward, then we're going to be the witnesses. Yep. And we'll put them in jail for whatever we can put them in jail for, because we
get them off the street.
And I can tell you that I know the sheriff feels the same way, that we're not going to tolerate, our community being scared or victims, especially in something as senseless as what happens. I mean, some of these fights are over the a car, or who's a better rapper, or there are fights over girls. The traditional, well, it's about turf and it's about drugs. That is incredibly rare.
Really?
Yeah, it's about.
Yeah. It's about I got disrespected at Walmart because you didn't acknowledge me when I walked by you, knowing that I'm somebody.
So I'm in Cedar Rapids, right? I'm in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I was a police chief there for a period of time. We worked a shooting one day where these guys were at, it wasn't a soup kitchen, but it was something like that. And this guy was walked past this table and knocked a donut off the table onto the floor.
Oh, he'll be shot for that.
As a police officer, I am highly offended that the donut was wasted. But, the guy turned and looked at the guy and apologized for knocking his donut off the table, walks out the door. The guy follows him out the door, around the corner, and shoots at him.
Wow.
Because he did not apologize at the level that he thought that he should, and he felt disrespected over a donut. So, I mean, the value of human life in our society has been degraded to a point. People in general don't know how to successfully resolve conflict. And that goes across all aspects of our society. And it's gotten to a point of ridiculousness where people will just whip out guns now and just start shooting each other.
Amazing. All right, we got a lot to cover here in a short period of time, but we come back, I'm going to bring these two blue bands up and tell you what they're about. It's kind of a special deal, the Kindness Revolution. I'll give each of you one of these, and it has to do with an event that's going to be held soon, which you all know about. I got my first blue band today from Kevin McDonald, and we'll be talking to Kevin next hour about this. This is a really cool thing about anti-bullying. Coming up next, we'll Ask the Cops, brought to you by the Briggs Law Firm. Listen to the program on
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Eye Care Center of Ocala is centered on patient satisfaction. Our friendly doctors and staff are here to serve all of your family's eye care needs under one roof. Our optometric physicians take great pride in offering every patient the absolute best in vision care utilizing state-of-the-art technology. We're located about 2 miles west of I-75 on State Road 200. You can schedule an appointment for the Eye Care Center by going to www.eyecarecenterofocala.com, or you can call us at 352-512-0560.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Global worries sinking stocks on Wall Street, with the Dow down more than 300 points in afternoon trading.
European Central Bank President Mario Draghi saying that Europe's problems are structural, meaning they're deeper than anticipated, not cyclical.
Fox Biz Network's Liz McDonald. More details out on the New Jersey high school, which had the rest of its football season canceled over hazing.
A parent of a player tells the Star-Ledger the hazing would start with a senior player howling. Then other players would shut off the locker room lights, and freshman players would be sexually harassed.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher. At Fort Hood in Texas,
God bless you. Thank you.
troops heading to West Africa to help fight the Ebola virus getting a send-off from Governor Rick Perry. And in the fight over gay marriage, West Virginia's Attorney General saying his office will no longer defend the state's ban on same-sex marriages, potentially clearing the way for gay couples to wed. Fox News, we report, you decide.
What's the secret to great business trips? Choice Hotels, where you'll find everything a business traveler needs, like a generous rewards program. And right now, when you take 2 separate trips at Comfort Inn or any Choice Hotel, you can earn 1 night free. Stay for business at Choice Hotels and book now at choicehotels.com. Great endings begin here. Free night based on an 8,000-point Choice Privileges reward night at over 1,500 hotels. Valid 9/4/14 through 11/12/14. Requires registration and 2 separate qualifying stays. Other terms and conditions apply. Details at choicehotels.com.
Good communication is key to business, especially when you need to work with people who aren't in the same office. So how do millions of business professionals connect with remote clients and colleagues? By using Citrix GoToMeeting, the proven solution for meeting and collaborating online. And now, for a limited time only, when you sign up for GoToMeeting by October 10th, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. Visit GoToMeeting.com and get started, but don't wait. This special offer ends October 10th, so visit GoToMeeting.com today.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Jim George. He's the owner of American Cable Services, and one of the things that we want to ask him is how the cloud will affect our TV viewing in the near future.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then we learn more about the horses in Marion County on Horse Sense from the Equine Alliance of Marion County.
Join Kelly Fuquay-Hart and her guests on Ocala Magazine Radio.
And then Dr. Anne Marie Thomas is coming on. She's the founding executive director of the Maker education initiative, speaking about the book Making Makers, Kids, Tools, and the Future of Innovation.
Dr. Erica Olstein is a licensed and nationally board-certified doctor of Oriental medicine and an acupuncture physician. She'll be on the air with Missy Martone, speaking about the ins and outs of Eastern medicine, ancient healing in modern times, and the benefits of acupuncture.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Back on Ask the Cops, done by the Briggs Law Firm. Chief of Police Greg. Come on. I always want to say Greg. My son-in-law's name is Gregory. So his last name is Gregory. His name is Gregory. Yeah, I know it's Greg Graham, like the Graham cracker. I understand it. No, I didn't mean that. Sorry.
I'm good with it.
I'm making you madder by the minute. You're just all steamed now about the whole thing of your Gator football team, and now you can't get focused. You got me out of sync.
I'm a little concerned about my Gators, but go Gators.
All right, take your pledge.
We all stay together, brother.
We took a pledge by the lake, didn't we?
We did. I did.
Yeah, you were one of them.
I know. I took that pledge back in '79 when we went 0-10. So.
Wait, what year was that? That's the year Florida went
10-1. Yeah, 10-1.
All right, here we go. Here's something I want to talk about. I'm going to present these to you, gentlemen, courtesy of this group, the Kindness Revolution. This is the coolest thing I've heard in a long time. Today at lunchtime, Kevin McDonald gave me these two blue bands. I'm wearing one. It says on the front, or I'll have you wear it, the Kindness Revolution. The back says, "Thank you, pay it forward." There's a program that goes with this. It's a national organization. There's a local movement. They're giving them out by the thousands to the high school. They just gave 2,000 to Westport. And the idea, as you know, is that you're to give this to somebody that does an act of kindness for you, which I think is awesome. I always love the idea of pay it forward anyway.
Right.
So now we have this other event coming up on the 22nd, which you all know about. Mayor Gwen will be involved in, and it will be called Ocala's Growing Kindness Day. So I want you all to weigh in on this. I know you're both very concerned about the bullying situation, and I know, Greg, you're involved in it. And so why don't you start out, Greg, by explaining what you know about this event on October 22nd?
It's going to be on the square. It's at noon, and it's to bring awareness to people just being kinder to each other, and it's an anti-bullying campaign. You know, when people start talking about anti-bullying, the first thing that pops in your head is, middle school, elementary school, high school. But if you really look at what goes on in our world, just follow stuff on Facebook or go on to any newspaper and the comments section of the newspaper. Bullying is prevalent in every aspect of our society.
Really?
Sure is. Yep.
In adults, and I can tell you the prayer vigil. This is not me being a victim, but with the prayer vigil, I took a great deal of heat from a certain segment
in Madison, Wisconsin. I know the mayor talked about it yesterday.
And if you read the comments and if you read the emails,
they were bullying you.
They were trying to bully me into stopping this from occurring, which I kind of thought was funny. And I ended up telling them, look, if you're telling me that I've got to stop this from occurring, what you're doing is telling me to prevent people from peacefully assembling, which I believe is part of the First Amendment.
Yeah, it's a violation.
They wanted me to violate the First Amendment. But so, bullying isn't just a problem in schools and with kids. Bullying is a huge problem with adults. Just look at it differently when you're reading the comments on Facebook. Or right. in newspaper articles and stuff like that. And these people, and the thing is, I got an email from a guy from Brisbane, Australia, about our community prayer vigil and how wrong it was. This guy's in Australia. And he's basically threatening me, telling me, you've got to stop this, you've done this, you've done this, and you've done that. It's like, well, and I can tell you, I don't take bullying very well. I'll do what I think that I should be doing, and that's the bottom line. But so anyway, it's to bring awareness to that and for people to be kind to each other. One of the rules that we have at the police department is we treat everyone with respect. Everybody's matters. Everybody's opinion counts. No one's better than anybody else. People make bad decisions in their life. People make good decisions in their life, but it doesn't make them better than us, and it doesn't make them worse than us. It makes them different than us.
If you've never suffered adult bullying, does that mean you're probably the bully?
Just looking at you, Tom, I would put you in a different category, but I still respect you, brother.
Take a photo, put it in the dictionary under bullying, and you'll see it. Yeah. Don Maines, I know you're involved in this too and concerned about it. What is your thoughts? Will the sheriff's office be participating in this? Is just a city thing here?
We'll participate. Matter of fact, we're partnering with the Children's Alliance right now, and we're trying to get more involved in areas that we can to help educate families in particular. I'm old enough to remember that about, and I wish I was smart enough to have said this myself, but about 25 years ago, I remember Dr. Dobson stating that the biggest problem that this country is going to face is the disintegration of the American family. And we're seeing that playing out, the disintegration of the American family. It spills over into this area of bullying. It spills over particularly into the area of crime. And we're seeing it particularly play out. Look at the front page of the Star Banner, and how many times have you read that a child was hurt because the mother, the single-parent mother, left the child with the boyfriend? This scenario just keeps playing out over and over again. And so it doesn't matter whether it's a boyfriend that's upset with the child and is bullying the child, or whether it's bullying at school. This is manifesting itself in a lot of different ways, and the end result is the Marion County Jail population keeps growing.
And by the way, just so we know, it's also sometimes the husband leaving the child behind. We saw in Atlanta in a classic case. Right. But you're right, it seems to happen more often with the girlfriend or the boyfriend taking the girl away and leaving the child, which is, again, the issue of family. But the anti-bullying thing, I love this because this is a positive thing, in my opinion, Greg, and you like to be positive. Something you can say, what are you going to do? All right, by the way, Johnny Walker, do you have one of these on yet? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, put it on, please. Everybody here has to wear theirs.
No.
They don't make one. They don't make size XXX for you, Tom.
They don't make one.
But talk about this now. This idea of this band, and give me your honest thoughts about it. You don't have to, your thoughts. Is this something that would be effective to make it? At least you're having a discussion with people about kindness, which is, by the way, getting to be a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it gives you an opportunity to engage people in the conversation, and it's just doing small things. I mean, I've done this in the past, and I've had people do this to me in the past, where you're in a drive-through line at Burger King, McDonald's, or wherever, and you get up there and somebody's bought your meal, and you don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm. Kevin McDonald, by the way.
No, I'm probably. Sorry. and I've done the same thing where 2 or 3 cars back, where I know that by the time they get up there, I'm gone. Yeah. I pay for their food, and it makes them how good that makes them feel, and it just gets it in their head. Well, maybe I should be doing something nice for somebody else, and instead of doing something negative.
I'm thinking maybe Kevin Camp ought to just like comp us burgers going through Burger King. What do you think?
Well, if he wouldn't eat them all, it'd be different. Yeah, get my buddy Kevin.
So
we just had another situation right here in Ocala. At my house, there was a sticker on my front door, and it was regarding Halloween, and it said, "You've been booed." And it's kind of like the ice bucket challenge, where somebody dropped off, an anonymous person dropped off a basket full of goodies. Really? Wine and chocolates and things, and you've been booed in honor of the Halloween deal, but it's a pay it forward thing.
1524 Southeast 22nd now. Oh, I'm sorry.
and there was a note with it saying that this was an act of kindness to you, and you have your challenge now for the next 48 hours. You've got to put together something similar to this and pay it forward.
Yeah.
That's going around Ocala right now.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And by the way, I've told that there are plenty of these out there. And Kevin McDonald, not Kevin Camp, Kevin McDonald said, give them away and we'll get you some more. So I've given one away today already. Actually, I gave two. I gave Johnny one down there. So I expect you all to find an occasion to give those away between now and what is it again, 22nd?
Yes.
All right. So again, that event taking place on the 22nd downtown. More on that later. Kevin McDonald. Let's talk about.
Buddy, we have an internet question.
Well, let me get to Don and Don's point first,
right.
because he asked, and I know that the chief wants to. Don, you want to make a point. You got some business to talk about it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make an announcement. Something that we released just 2 days ago is our brand new mobile phone app at the Marion County Sheriff's Office. You can go to whatever your internet provider is, whether it's Apple, iPhone, wherever you get your apps for your smartphones, Google Play or for Samsungs. Go there for the Marion County Sheriff's Office, and you can download our app, in which, first off, it'll have the sheriff's welcome, but it includes information like our agency directory. It's got a list of our missing persons. Mugshots is included on our mobile app. The most wanted, the people that we're looking for most here in Marion County, sex offenders. If you've ever wondered who's living next door to you that might be a sex offender, we have a map on there. You can check it. Crime Stoppers, you can make tips through Crime Stoppers on our mobile app. If something happens, had an interaction with one of our deputies, and you want to write us and tell us what a great time you had, or commend one of the officers, you can do it. We're going to have alerts on there, weather announcements, and a link to our website. And it's just a good thing. That's at Marion County Sheriff's Office, whatever you download your mobile apps with.
Get your app there.
It's another attempt on our part to get information out to the community, because that's the key.
Social media, both of you know, it's really become an effective tool for both of you and for all crime fighters, right? So, yeah. All right. So anything from the cop shop I need to talk about?
Well, for this week, the One Ocala, One America events have been taking place. It was a prayer breakfast the other morning. There's a movie tomorrow night at Citizen Circle. It's a date night. It's a free movie. And then Saturday there's an event, an all-day event at Citizen Circle. It's Mary C. Rich's. It's the 11th annual One Ocala, One America. So hopefully everybody will come out.
Sounds good. We come back. We're going to talk about how much does social media actually help in apprehending criminals? And I got a good story for you going to like. And if you got any examples, we'll have about 2 minutes about one incident, if you got it, where you had a tweet or you had a Facebook posting or something that helped you lead you to some criminal activity. I want to know about that. All right. It's Major Don Maines, and it's the guy's first name is Greg, who's the chief of police. And what is that last name again, Tom? Oh,
Gregory.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Chief of police and Major Don Maines right here on the Voice of Ocala and Ask the Cops, presented by the Briggs Law Firm. Coming back for more after this timeout.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Stay with us and sleep better at the Sleep Inn and Suites of Ocala Bellevue, located next door to Don Garlett's Museum and a few minutes from Florida Horse Park. Our award-winning, newly refreshed Sleep Inn and Suites offers comfy, clean rooms, free fast Wi-Fi, and service with a smile. Start your day with a deluxe hot breakfast and unwind in our heated outdoor pool. Our convenient 24-hour fitness and business centers allow you to stay on track whether you're here to play or to work. That's Sleep Inn and Suites Ocala Bellevue, proud sponsor of Marion County High School football. If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake Weir sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Weir. Seating now available.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clear skies tonight, low 68 to 74. Friday, mostly sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 88 to 90. Mostly clear skies for Friday night, low 70 to 75. And then for Saturday, a partly sunny day, a high of 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
This weather forecast brought to you by Tri-County Generators 1-800-622-1957. Don't get caught with your power down. Call Tri-County Generators now, 1-800-622-1957.
WOCA. AM 1370. 96.3. 96.3.
Let's face it, nowadays it can be hard to find American-made products, and that's something that Cabinet Sales of North Florida is well aware of. That's why they're an authorized dealer of Wellborn Cabinetry, family-owned and American-made since 1961. Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your answer for complete turnkey kitchen remodels and whole-house cabinetry. Their cabinets are finished with solvent-based enamels for a long-lasting finish that's second to none. Available in an incredible selection of door styles and colors to choose from to turn your dream kitchen into a reality. In-house design and drawing services are available. Come by and see our displays for yourself at the Floors of the Villages, 3935 County Road 216 in Oxford, or Exquisite Design Kitchen and Bath in Bellevue, right across the street from the Bellevue Library. So whether you're looking for bookcases, kitchen, bath, or outdoor kitchen, Cabinet Sales of North Florida is your one-stop source of quality cabinets. For a free estimate, call 352-427-2647. That's 352-427-2647. Cabinet Sales of North Florida. Locally owned and operated since 1957. We are The Source, 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
I get a little pressure here from the producer to get his question in, so I'm going to do this first, though. Social media. Can you think of a quick example recently that you had social media that helped you in any way? Don, you look.
Well, I can throw something out right away. I think the new kiosks that we have is kind of in the area of social media from the standpoint that we've got people seeing themselves, and this is something we hadn't even really considered. People are out in the community, they're seeing themselves on the kiosk and turning themselves in.
Yeah.
So that helps because now we don't have to go
good.
get them.
They just turn and walk up and say, I'm guilty. I'm the guy on the kiosk.
That's
right?
me. I didn't realize that there was a warrant for my arrest.
Chief Graham, how about you?
Yeah, we do it quite often. We will post photographs of surveillance photographs from stores or bank videos, and it usually within, I think the quickest is probably 10 minutes, but usually within a day we've got several people saying, well, that's my cousin, or that's this guy, or that's this girl. So it really has helped us, and it gets our message out even more so than our web. Our Facebook page actually has more hits and more correspondence on it than any website that we've ever had up. It's crazy.
So you'll love this story. You know what a selfie is, obviously, right? Out of Tampa. Apparently an armed robber took a selfie on a stolen cell phone. On August 23rd, 2 suspects jumped out of a car near Hyde Park Cafe, robbed 2 valet workers at gunpoint, according to Tampa police. Suspects made off with cell phones. Days later, authorities said someone using one of the I had to laugh at this story. Stolen phones logged onto the victim's Kick Messenger account and sent a photo he took of himself to the victim's friend. How cool is that?
Cool.
The recipient of the photo managed to take a screenshot of the selfie before it was deleted. So there you go. Sometimes it just works the right way, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, you have a question from the internet. You'll get it in. Go ahead.
Stephanie texted us at 507-5352, and she wanted to know the Treon Harris case. They say it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks for forensics to come back. She says you can go to private labs like Quest Diagnostics and labs like that and get results back in 48 hours or 72 hours. Why does it take the police and district attorneys 3-4 weeks to get results back?
Who wants to go first?
The difference, the main difference is the scrutiny and the level of proof that you have to have in order to present this stuff in court. In a chain of custody, the lab's got to be, the state lab's got to be certified. They're not the only. That's not the only thing that's up there at the lab. There are other cases that have higher priority in front of them. To the chagrin of every Gator fan out there, they do have homicides and sexual batteries where there's injuries and stuff like that that's going to take precedence over that. And
so it's more detailed, more thorough thing for evidence, right? So
and trust me, that believe me when I tell you that, I mean, we get frustrated at times with the amount of time it takes to get some of this stuff back too, but it is what it is.
Tom, we got 10 seconds.
And I would say I have never heard of a result of a Quest diagnostic test ever being introduced in a court of law.
As we hear the music. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Major Don Mays, Sheriff Department, Greg Graham, Chief of Police. Ask the Cops. Stay tuned. More coming your way right here in the voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
Hello, I'm Dawn Lovell, lead event designer and owner at Party Time Rentals. Have you ever wondered what it takes to make an event spectacular? Well, look no further. It's what we do every day, whether you're hosting an intimate dinner for 10 or a gala for thousands. At Party Time Rentals, we find just the right style and elegance to make your event a success. Our extensive inventory of the finest in chandeliers, tents, crystal, china, and specialty items is featured in our fabulous showroom. Stop by and say hello. It's a great way to get ideas for an event and experience for yourself how you can make your party time special.
Party Time Rentals, located on Southwest 10th Street, just off Route 200 in Ocala, and off Southwest 34th Street in Gainesville. For more information, call 352-629-8858. That's 352-629-8858. The party begins at Party Time.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life, from everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz.
Hi, I'm State Farm agent Angie Lewis. Come see me and my team for all your insurance and financial needs in the beautiful downtown historic district, 416 East Fort King Street, or call 291-2444.
If you need a sign or a banner for your yard or your business or your campaign, I'd recommend you go to Signs Unlimited at 318 South Magnolia in Ocala. Screen printing, embroidery, digital graphics. Do what I did when we needed signs for the Save the Marion Theater Group. Go see Vic Buttermore at Signs Unlimited if you want quality work with a fast turnaround from somebody who is deeply committed to his community and always ready to assist you. There's a reason Vic's slogan is, "It's our business to make your business better." Sign up for Signs Unlimited. Call 732-7341 today.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com and in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
truck.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
News Talk 1370. WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Closing up 275 yesterday. Today, the Dow giving up those gains.
The most volatile stretch we've seen since 2011. It's all about the pace of global growth and how it's slowing. No surprise energy companies got clobbered. Price of oil way down because of fears that there's no global growth.
Tracy Burns with Fox Business Network. He had no direct contact with Ebola victim Thomas Duncan, but a now hospitalized Dallas first responder was in his apartment.
Dallas County Deputy Michael Monig has not had a fever, which health officials say is a telltale sign of Ebola virus infection. At some point today, lab tests done on him should be ready and will tell whether or not he has contracted the virus.
Fox Radio's Evan Brown, a wildfire burning alongside a Northern California interstate, destroying at least 5 homes. Flash flooding closing a highway near Phoenix for a time. Fox News, we report, you decide.
What's the secret to great business trips? Choice Hotels, where you'll find everything a business traveler needs, like a generous rewards program. And right now, when you take 2 separate trips at Comfort Inn or any Choice Hotel, you can earn 1 night free. Stay for business at Choice Hotels and book now at choicehotels.com. Great endings begin here. Free night based on an 8,000-point Choice Privileges reward night at over 1,500 hotels. Valid 9/4/14 through 11/12/14. Requires registration and 2 separate qualifying stays. Other terms and conditions apply. Details at choicehotels.com.
Good communication is key to business, especially when you need to work with people who aren't in the same office. So how do millions of business professionals connect with remote clients and colleagues? By using Citrix GoToMeeting, the proven solution for meeting and collaborating online. And now, for a limited time only, when you sign up for GoToMeeting by October 10th, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. Visit GoToMeeting.com and get started, but don't wait. This special offer ends October 10th. So visit GoToMeeting.com today.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking, but be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know, like some editing, transition, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone? He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma. Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala.
Hoo-ah! You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
All right, welcome back to the program. Like the man said, in this hour, we've got to talk more about the kindness revolution, something we shared with Major Don Maines and Chief of Police Greg Graham in hour one. And I'll take a little more time to explain this because I think it's such a significant thing that's happening in our community. As a matter of fact, I have a little story about the kindness revolution. I have a friend in Georgia who works in Brunswick in his early 20s. And he's been talking about kindness revolution for about 6 months. And he brings it up all the time, and his coworkers kind of kid him about it. But I like it. I told him I like this, the kindness revolution idea. It was just a mythical thing that he was doing. So in our correspondence back and forth to Brunswick from here, Matt Osborne and I have a little thing where we put hashtag kindness revolution at the bottom of our text sometimes, not knowing there really was a kindness revolution going on.
You guys were trendsetters.
There you go. And if you heard any of the first hour, you know, the Chief of Police and Major Don Maines, Greg Graham, the Chief of Police, talking about the big event coming up on the 22nd of this month downtown, where Mayor Kent Gwynn is going to proclaim the first Ocala's Grow in Kindness Day and a ceremonial event downtown square from 12 to 1. This is in honor of National Bullying Prevention Month, which falls in the month of October. And I'm going to do something that this young man's not even expecting right now, because this is his first day here. His name is Johnny Walker, and Johnny's from Vanguard High School, comes highly recommended by his teachers and by Mark Rice. And Johnny's going to be with us now for a while as our intern, and this is his first time on the air. I'm sure he does this pretty regularly over at Vanguard. Johnny, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Tell me first of all about what you're doing at Vanguard.
Yeah, actually I'm over at Vanguard with Allison Rogers and Student Television Network Nightly News, and we produce a show every other Friday. We have a show this next Friday, October 17th, and it's a 8 to 10 minute show where we basically give the students the news. And we produce stuff that students want to watch. We do human interest stories, stuff that's actually happening in the community. So it's a great asset, not only to Nightly News, but Ocala and the surrounding communities. So.
And exactly, talk about the success. We'll talk about this more in depth when you're on later, but the success of the Vanguard program and Mark Rice and the competition, the national competition. You've been a part of that for a couple of years now. You're a veteran there.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually my 4th year and last year there, but I came on freshman year and with Mark Rice, and Mark Rice was there for 2 years before he left this past year when Allison Rogers stepped in. So definitely, I learned a lot of skills and a lot of things that I can use out in the field for future reference from Mark Rice. And now Allison Rogers has taken over that, and this is now her 2nd year. She just got Rookie Teacher of the Year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, really good.
Congratulations, Allison.
Yeah, definitely. So, and I'm really excited for her, and I'm really happy for her about that. So she's done exceptionally well from taking it from Mr. Rice to Miss Rogers. So, and she's definitely taken the program to the next level. So.
Well, very good. You come highly recommended. We're glad to have you. And by the way, it's a little bit different. You don't have a teleprompter here.
Nope.
We work without a net, here.
I know I'm not used to that.
But I think you're going to be great. And thank you. And by the way, I want to get a quick comment.
Yeah.
You heard a little bit about this kindness revolution.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you got your blue band on.
I do.
Thanks to Kevin McDonald. We'll hear from him. Give me your thoughts from the standpoint of a student at school about these kinds of things, the bullying situation, and whether these things do any good or not, Johnny.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything to prevent bullying is, something. So you have to at least try. And these blue bands, paying it forward and everything, just the smallest acts of kindness, go such a long way. So by using these blue bands and, starting the next ALS Ice Bucket Challenge type thing, just pushing this forward and preventing like people from getting bullied, and there's like stop those bullies. I mean, these blue bands can like go all over the universe, basically.
And by the way, you now have one.
Yep,
You're
I do.
charged with
Yep.
giving it away, and when you're done, come back for more. We'll have some more.
I will. Yep, definitely. So I plan on giving it away in the next 2 days.
Great.
So.
Thank you,
So,
Johnny.
yeah, no
Johnny
problem.
Walker from Vanguard, now of our show, of our Voice of Ocala show. Glad to have him.
That's the
aboard.
last time I'm letting him talk on the microphone. It's too
Too
good.
good for you. You'll
He's
be out
too
of here.
good. I'll be out of a
I'll
job.
see you. That's true.
I'll be out of a job.
There you
He's
go.
too good.
Yeah. So Tom. Anyway, so we heard about this whole issue. I think when Kevin McDonald told me about this at lunchtime today, I thought, wow, this is
It's a fantastic
cool.
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, just you'd be amazed how far just random acts of kindness go. I'll tell you a prime example. I didn't know my next door neighbor. Didn't know him from Adam. I heard a little cat screaming one day. I went outside. The lady was all up in arms. Her cat was trapped under a fence. I immediately just rushed out there. I don't know the woman. I don't know the cat. I don't know the situation. I went out there, pulled as hard as I could, moved the fence up, gave the cat, handed her the cat. That was it. Saved her cat. Nothing. Hi, you're my neighbor. Glad to meet you. Her name is Alexa. She went on her way. Didn't think anything of it. The very next day, I knew I had a quality neighbor next to me when for no, not solicited or anything, at my front gate was a thank you basket of, stuff. I guess she got a good read on me because it was summer sausage and cheese.
She had you nailed right away, man. She knew she got you hooked.
But I had saved her cat in her mind when I just went out and did what I would do if I seen an animal. It didn't matter what kind of animal it was. Mm-hmm. And she set a basket by my fence. I knew I had a quality neighbor next to me because of that random act of kindness.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that with Angie Lewis. We always had the dream to this day. For 3 years we talked about it, getting a day when we could have a pay-it-forward day in Ocala. Maybe we're getting closer to that. But this is a very good thing. I'm glad to hear Johnny say he thinks it's an effective thing in the schools because we've got to work at it at every level. If you heard the Chief of Police, Greg Graham, it's not just in the schools, the bullying. It's in all of life. As he said, even the people who didn't like his little gathering and prayer vigil tried to bully him in some regard.
Well, look, we're going to have to go to break, so stop talking now. We need to go to break.
There you go. See, I work with a bully every day, folks. This is how we deal with it. But there you go. So in this hour, by the way, we're going to catch up with some information. The attorney for Treon Harris has issued a statement about the position of how he feels about
pretty strong statement.
Misinformation he thinks is out there. Clarification. We'll talk about that. We're also going to catch up with somebody yesterday we meant to talk to. Chris Price, who used to be at Channel 20. You might remember him. He looks like he's about 15, by the way. And nice-looking young chap. He, by the way, is about 30. He works now in Baton Rouge. He's gone over to the other side.
He's on the dark side now.
WBRZ, the ABC in Baton Rouge. We tried to have him on yesterday, but we couldn't get to it. So we're going to have Chris on and see what he thinks about this game in Gainesville. It may be meaningless to people around the SEC, but it's not meaningless to people around here. The chief is very, very nervous about the game on Saturday. So,
yes.
So we'll have all that. A lot more to come your way right here on the program. Plus, after the break, Kevin McDonald, who's behind this kindness revolution, will explain right here in the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on The Source.
When you were a kid, you had all sorts of toys. Toy cars, boats, trucks, entire toy boxes full of fun. Of course, you never really outgrow your toys, do you? It's just that now, instead of a box full, you have a garage full. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, and more. As you get older, your love of toys just gets stronger. So protect those toys the best way possible by switching to Allstate. An Allstate agent can help do the switching, paperwork, bundle all your policies together, and even find you a bunch of discounts. So if you love your toys, make sure you protect your toys by making one call to an Allstate agent.
Protect all your toys with Allstate and the McDonald Agency. Established in 1985, we have offices in Ocala and the Villages to better serve you. Give us a call at 622-2333. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Are you in good hands?
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
This is Allstate Agent Kevin McDonald, and our agency is a proud sponsor of the Marion County Friday Night High School Football Game of the Week. I grew up in Ocala, and I'm proud to support high school athletics throughout Marion County. For all your insurance and employee benefit needs, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333. Our agency has been a proud member of the Ocala-Marion County community since 1985, with offices in Ocala and the Villages.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clear skies tonight, low 68 to 74. Friday, mostly sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 88 to 90. Mostly clear skies for Friday night, low 70 to 75. And then for Saturday, a partly sunny day, a high of 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
This weather brought to you by OcalaForSale.com, where you too can be a sellout. Give them a call at 629-1663 or just go to OcalaForSale.com.
You're listening to The Source, your home for Fox News and Fox Sports Weekends.
Dan, did you know that the runway at Ocala's airport is nearly 8,000 feet long?
Why, no, Brad. I did not. Please, tell me more about said runway.
Seriously, it's a big airport.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. So what's your point?
Well, just that most people don't even realize there's an airport, much less one that's big enough for Air Force One to land.
And
that Ocala Aviation is based at Ocala International Airport.
So why are you telling me?
So that you can help me get the word out that Ocala Aviation has a fleet of airplanes, and it's here for them to learn to fly.
And how do you propose we get said message across to so many people at once?
We should put an ad on a good radio station. But yours will do.
Very funny. Well, what do you want to say?
That we offer private, instrument, and even commercial training. All right here in Ocala. They don't even have to go anywhere else. They can do it all right here.
Nope, never work.
Well, then give them the number to call with any questions.
I can't even remember your number.
Yes, you do. 861-7484. How hard is that?
Okay, I'll call you next week and we'll get it started.
Can you remember the number this time?
Yes, 861-7484.
Good boy.
WOCA.
We are The Source, WOCA. Back to the Voice of Ocala and talk about this event coming up October 22nd with Mayor Kent Gwynn and Ocala's Grow and Kindness Day. I'm really excited about this. This is something that I think we need badly in this city. You know, you heard the old saying, kill them with kindness, you know. And we couldn't do anything more important right now than to be kind to each other in this community. And I'm so glad that the mayor's involved, the city's involved, and we got this new program called the Kindness Revolution, which I was told about today by Kevin McDonald, and gave me some blue bands. I've given almost all mine away, and there's a story behind that and how Kevin got involved in it and what it means. And already we're starting to hand these things out. the chief of police, Greg Graham's got one. Major Don Maines. Now, our intern, Johnny Walker's got one, and we can't find one big enough for Tom Schmitz. But maybe we can tie 3 together.
You just cut 3 of them and tie them together.
Put them together, and we'll see if this is the man who's behind this. That would be our friend Kevin McDonald. Kevin, you really started something here, my friend.
Well, and it's interesting. You're giving me credit for more than I'm due, and I appreciate that. I'm a late arriver when it comes to the effort that's being organized for the event coming up on the 22nd. So I want to make sure that Jamie Schofield and the folks over at Faithfully Guided get proper credit, because they've been working. I literally learned about the event coming up on the October 22nd. I learned about that event yesterday, and so I'm proud to kind of be part of what's going on downtown. But like you said, buddy, this is interesting. We've been involved with the Kindness Revolution for literally a couple of months now, and the concept has been, pay kindness forward. And the way it was introduced to me was, a gentleman described being, at a, any simple, being at the checkout counter at the Walmart store, and somebody lets an elder lady in line, and and they notice that, and they take the band off their arm, and they hand it to the gentleman and say, I saw what you did, and I just want you to know that I appreciate that act of kindness. If you have an opportunity, to see someone else do something similar, take the band off, give it to them, acknowledge that act of kindness, and then find me, and I'll replace the band. Take that forward to the Cool to Be Kind bands, which are the yellow bands in the school system, and you get kids recognizing other kids for doing something kind, and all of a sudden, instead of punishing bullying, what you do is you recognize and acknowledge the acts of kindness, and all of a sudden the bullies are saying, well, wait a minute, it's now cool to be kind, and so it's a neat idea, and it's growing, it's growing, exponentially, here locally, thanks to some folks in our school system who kind of captured the enthusiasm of the idea and are spreading this, very quickly. So I'm thrilled to be a part of the event that's coming up on the 22nd, because it fits so perfectly with the Kindness Revolution and what we're trying to do with that.
Well, we've got one planted now out for at Vanguard, because Johnny Walker's our intern, and he's going to take it out there and give it away. But you gave away 2,000 of these. What was it, Westport?
Well, yeah, and I got to give Jane Elsperman credit there. She invited me to speak at her staff meeting, and then after the meeting, her staff kind of mulled it over, and within a couple of days she called me and she said, give me all you can get. She said, we have over 2,000 students, and we'll start with that. When we run out, we'll call you for some more. So that's one school.
Jane Elsperman, who just received National Principal of the Year award. So you started with a good principal there, Kevin.
Absolutely. Well, she's a class act, and she sets the tone for so many others. And I'm just, we're proud to be able to partner with folks like her who really kind of get the idea of what we're trying to promote.
Tell me how you came on this again. We got a couple of minutes here. I want you to just say, how did you hear about it, and what clicked for you? Because when you told me about this, it's like, as you know, it was like Shazam. This is wonderful, Well,
I mean, the whole idea, I haven't spoken to anybody about this idea that doesn't kind of have a similar experience. It's like, the intent of the program is to grow organically, and it's the intent is to, recognize a child, ideally, or an individual when they do something nice, but then encourage them, hey, give it away. The very best, way to show kindness is to recognize someone else for doing that and acknowledge them, and then come back and I'll replace the band you gave away. And then all of a sudden it just takes off. And so I had heard about it through a network of other insurance providers in other communities. Allstate's a pretty tight-knit group of agents, and I had another agent that introduced me to the idea, and we inquired, and we became kind of a community partner with the movement. in Ocala and in the Villages area. And we've got the Villages Charter School is also participating in this program, among other schools.
I want to mention for folks that don't know this, Kevin is a big supporter of our program and high school games that we do. And by the way, the local college, he supports our Marion County high school football every year. And we appreciate your business, Allstate, doing that for us. And also the College of Central Florida basketball team. And thank you for that. But thank you also for you told me today how many boards and stuff you're on. And I'm thinking to myself, is this guy crazy or what? You're going to be you're taking over the chair of the CEP now in January.
Yes, sir.
Does Leah know about all this?
Well, buddy, don't tell her now.
Crazy. Well, I just want to say I love this idea. I'm in. I'm definitely going to. I'm definitely going to be talking with you again. We're going to have another opportunity to talk about this here coming up a couple of times. And you got a big event coming up on the 20th, which you want to talk about. If you want to just throw that in there right now.
Yeah, the 6th annual Men's Prayer Breakfast. We're putting that on at the Ocala Hilton on the 20th of November. They've got a beautiful new kind of huge tent facility out there. We're hoping to fill that thing up. Wayne Huizinga Jr. Is coming in from South Florida, and he's going to share a little bit about his testimony and kind of, share a little of his story with us. And it should be a great time. So anybody's willing to, Kevin McDonald at allstate.com. Shoot me an email, and I can provide more information about that.
Hey, by the way, I have an act of kindness I need you for, okay?
You got it.
We got a guy here, what's your neck size, by the way, Kevin?
Neck size?
Yeah, what's your neck? Yeah, your neck size.
Did we lose Kevin?
Is he asking my neck size?
I'm asking your neck size. What is it, 15 and a half?
I'd say about 16 and a half.
Okay, so I need about a 16 and a half size band for Tom Schmitz. to go. Can we tie 3 together or something and make something? He's really envious. He can't put one on.
I'm going to have to work on some super glue. We'll have to get to it. It's not going to work. Can he use it as a ring?
Well, here's the thing about it. At least he doesn't have to wear it around his neck. Now we're talking now about maybe 50.
That would take up the entire 2,000 you just gave to Westport.
All right, now we're bullying Tom. We better stop. So, all right, this is a great idea. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, buddy. Y'all take care.
Kevin McDonald Allstate. Well, it's good to have people like him in our community, I got to tell you. So I only got like 2 of these things left. And
You've already given away a bunch of them. Look at that. I thought you were supposed to give them away when somebody was kind to you.
Well, that's why you don't have one yet.
That's right. Exactly. I'll never get one from you, will I?
It may be a long, long time before you actually get one there. So
hey, we got a few minutes before the break, buddy. I just want to emphasize how important it is that people listen tonight at 5 o'clock. If you want the lowdown on SEC and ACC football, or if you want to hear just one of the funniest guys on the face of the planet, Southern Pigskin tonight played at 5 o'clock on these airwaves. An amazing show. Terry Bradshaw. I mean, who gets NFL Hall of Famer and TV star Terry Bradshaw to be on their local radio show?
Southern Pigskin tonight.
Yeah. And we have that.
If you haven't heard it, and we did do some of it live yesterday, Terry's got this theory about the full moon.
He does.
I don't want to give it away, but you know what? I just checked with the chief of police and Major Don Maines.
They buy it in. They buy it too.
Is there any truth to this full moon thing? Because Terry told us we won't give it away. Some interesting things happened on his ranch last night in Oklahoma. Night before last, and he believes the full moon's responsible. And so I asked off the air. I asked the major and the sheriff, the chief, what is there any? And they said, yeah, there's something to that. Because you hear the thing about more crimes are committed, and people say, no, that's not true. That's not really. It's a wives' tale. But these 2 guys said, yeah, there's something to that. So apparently they're on the same page with Terry Bradshaw.
Well, we got that to look forward to. We got Rachel Barbaro and Philip Marshall, 2 people who are very in tune with football in the state of Mississippi and the state of Alabama. They give us their insights. BJ BJ Bennett, Matt Osborne, and Kevin Thomas up in Georgia. Give us some insight from Georgia football and South Carolina football.
It'll be a fun time.
And then, you get my expertise on Florida football.
You had to say that. No, not Florida football. Georgia Southern football.
Well, I wasn't going to give that secret away.
It's really, really. Hey, listen, I spoke to the quarterback club last night, and I don't have to worry about it because they filled me in after I got through with Judge Victor Musley and Rick Pembroke and Wes Wheeler and all those guys, plus Mike McGinnis, by the way, who's an SEC replay official.
Right, yeah.
They filled me up. So I all that stuff, I got plenty now. They told me exactly what I need to do and who I should be, whatever. And so, as I said, I asked people to raise their hand if they thought Will Muschamp should be the coach at Florida, and there were 6 people out of the group that raised their hand. I have about 60. So that's about 10% maybe. Not a good number. The approval rating for Will Muschamp, I don't want to say it's like Obama-ish, but nonetheless, it's not good. All right, stay tuned. We've got lots of work on your way. You're going to talk to a guy in Baton Rouge who does TV about these Florida Gators and the LSU Tigers next, right here on the Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local on the store.
Commercial Bank approval. Vehicle purchase process of fixed rate allowance.
Fumble! I was so busy making my fantasy football picks that I forgot to stock up on inventory, and now I need cars fast. So I'm calling for an inventory blitz. Chris Spears here from Prestige Auto Sales. This month, bring me in your old car, and you could score the nicer, newer ride you've been fantasizing about for just $10 down.
Sack your old car.
And start driving the nicer, newer car of your dreams for just $10 down. Don't get fouled by past credit problems.
Our For the People credit approval process is the game changer you've been waiting for.
We huddle up the banks and lenders to help you get approved and back in the game. So stop driving a car you hate.
Punt it and drive a nicer, newer car for just $10 down today.
I'm throwing in a Hail Mary to make my month, and I need your help. Trade in your old car, and you could drive for just $10 down. But don't wait till the clock runs out. This deal is over when my inventory is full. I'm Chris Spears, and I'm a dealer for the people.
Visit us at Prestige Auto Sales or call 694-1234. Yes, 694-1234. See you at Prestige.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. Traditional help for truly injured. We trademark registered this belief years ago as our description of our practice at the Briggs Law Firm. By traditional help, we mean that clients actually meet with a partner in the firm who will personally handle their case, not a paralegal. Well, what about truly injured? We limit our practice to injury claims having merit with clients who indeed have been injured. So if you or a loved one have been truly injured, compare our credentials at thebriggslawfirm.com or call us at 671-4600.
Hi, I'm Buddy Martin, the host of The Voice of Ocala, every weekday from 3 to 6 right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. A lot of people ask me, how do you keep a muzzle on Tom Schmitz? Forget about it.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. Closing up 275 yesterday. Today, the Dow giving up those gains.
The most volatile stretch we've seen since 2011. It's all about the pace of global growth and how it's slowing. No surprise energy companies got clobbered. Price of oil way down because of fears that there's no global growth.
Tracy Burns with Fox Business Network. He had no direct contact with Ebola victim Thomas Duncan, but a now hospitalized Dallas first responder was in his apartment.
Dallas County Deputy Michael Monig has not had a fever, which health officials say is a telltale sign of Ebola virus infection. At some point today, lab tests done on him should be ready and will tell whether or not he has contracted the virus.
Fox Radio's Evan Brown. A wildfire burning alongside a Northern California interstate, destroying at least 5 homes. Flash flooding closing a highway near Phoenix for a time. Fox News, we report, you decide.
What's the secret to great business trips? Choice Hotels, where you'll find everything a business traveler needs, like a generous rewards program. And right now, when you take 2 separate trips at Comfort Inn or any Choice Hotel, you can earn 1 night free. Stay for business at Choice Hotels and book now at choicehotels.com. Great endings begin here. Free night based on an 8,000-point Choice Privileges reward night at over 1,500 hotels. Valid 9/4/14 through 11/12/14. Requires registration in 2 separate qualifying stays. Other terms and conditions apply. Details at choicehotels.com.
Good communication is key to business, especially when you need to work with people who aren't in the same office. So how do millions of business professionals connect with remote clients and colleagues? By using Citrix GoToMeeting, the proven solution for meeting and collaborating online. And now, for a limited time only, when you sign up for GoToMeeting by October 10th, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. Visit GoToMeeting.com and get started, but don't wait. This special offer ends October 10th. So visit GoToMeeting.com today.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Welcome back to Voice of Ocala. Having a conversation with our new intern, Johnny Walker, and never mind all the jokes. You know, we know about all the Johnny Walker jokes, and Jack Daniels. He lives here, he works here too, and on and on and on, whatever. But Johnny's a senior at Vanguard. He's in the nightly news program. I thought at first he was anchoring the nightly news on NBC, but no, it's at Vanguard.
That's Brian Williams, not Johnny Walker, buddy.
But I mean, he said nightly news. I don't know. So anyway, Johnny joins us, and we're going to attempt it now to get a hold. You have his number, Tom. Did you find it? Okay. All right, let me give you this number. Johnny, come down and get the number.
I got no email from you.
Okay, we're going to give you this number right now. And Chris Price, by the way, is a guy who worked on at Channel 20. Actually, he looks about the same age as Johnny. Johnny, how old are you, 18, 17? 17, that's what he looks like. But Chris Price is a very knowledgeable guy on sports. Covered the Florida Gators for a long time. And last year he went out to Baton Rouge to cover LSU football. And we were supposed to have him on yesterday, but we got kind of messed up with some stuff and tied up and couldn't get to him. So we're going to get in touch with him. While we're waiting, if you give me the tweets and quotes music, I can throw that in there while we're waiting, and we'll get a hold of him. I always like to do this every day. Throw out every now and then a pearl of wisdom that you might enjoy, and sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. But here's today's tweets and quotes. This comes from the Edward R. Murrow file. Johnny, have you ever heard of Edward R. Murrow? Okay, Johnny, your homework tonight. You go home and you Google Edward R. Murrow, M-U-R-R-O-W. We have a guy
he worked here on the staff named Tom James, who actually has won 2 Edward R. Murrow Awards. Famous newscaster, he broadcast radio from the rooftops of London in World War II. Edward R. Murrow, famous guy. You need to know who Edward R. Murrow is, okay? Edward R. Murrow said, "A nation of sheep will beget a government of wolves." Number 2, this is one I think goes along with, well, take it for what it is. I like this. This is unattributable to anybody. You never realize how much you care about somebody until they don't care about you. That's it. And finally, this is a bit of a humorous one, I hope. It comes from Jared Kentz, KNTZ. He wrote a book called "This Book Is Not for Sale." Pretty cool, because that's like the book that was written by, what was it, Abby Hobbin? I hear the phone ringing, so we'll hopefully be able to pick him up live. And finally, this is "I love Huey Lewis, but not the news, because the news is just too depressing."
Chris Tom Schmidt.
All right, there we go. Chris, are you there? We're hearing Tom talk.
Yes, sir,
All right, here we go. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, Chris Price, who's out of WBRZ now in Baton Rouge. And, hey, it looks a little different out there, Chris. You've been out there less than a year, 6 months now?
I moved after the football season last year. So it's actually, I don't know, 8 or 9 months, something like that.
How about you're already indoctrinated into the, what is it, yellow and, was it gold and purple? Or is it, I forget what that is. Not orange and blue, I know that. So
I can tell you that I'm eating very well. A lot of jambalaya, a lot
gumbo.
Of good Creole food. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Didn't
good.
miss that. I mean, missed it a lot.
Now, you're going to be, I used to know you when you were thin, so I don't know the way you're going right now. I mean, you maybe look like me, Chris.
Which is to say healthy and living in abundance.
There you go. That's the good thing to do. And by the way, I know you coming to the game, right?
I'm not actually.
Okay.
No, I am the weekend sports anchor here, so the sports director will be there. I'll be holding it down, holding down the fort here in Baton Rouge.
Well, it's almost today not necessary to be there. I mean, literally, as you know, I go up to the games in Gainesville, but sometimes I would just sit in front of my HD TV and watch it. I actually can probably find out more there and being on my laptop and my iPad and whatever, watching the game than I can be in a press box where sometimes your iPhone doesn't work.
That's true. That's very true. I suppose the one thing that you can't see is maybe a little bit of the fan excitement, and it's been tough. It was tough last year watching the stadium a little less filled than it had been in the glory days, which don't seem that long ago. But man, in another way, it seems like a lifetime ago, buddy.
It does.
Started out in 2006 there, and that was the beginning of a very exciting time.
You got spoiled, Chris, like a lot of us did.
I did.
Two national championships in 3 years, and now this mess, which is, I keep thinking it's going to go away. But just from a vantage point before we get into the game, the vantage point of where you are out in Baton Rouge, as you sit, as you read, and you watch when you're not doing LSU football, I know you must follow the Gators.
Absolutely.
And what is your take on what's going on there?
I think it's it seemed like there was a lot of excitement. I think I really had high hopes for Jeff Driscoll this year, and said, okay, finally, maybe let's simplify things a little bit. He's a senior. He's healthy, for crying out loud. There were a lot of positive things there. So that's probably been the most surprising thing to me, is to see him struggle the way he has. We've known that Will Muschamp's defenses are going to be good. We know that he's going to be organized and put everything that he has into the job, and so I would say that maybe those are some surprises. Now, on the other hand, I'm covering a team right now that is 0-2 in the conference, and you're covering a team that's 2-1 in conference play.
Yeah, that's misleading. That's misleading.
But they all count for the same, though, buddy.
I know.
They all count for the same.
And by the way, the one in Gainesville did not get beat 41-7 last weekend. Wow, 41-7.
Right. I know. It's a mess. You're talking about the LSU Tigers.
Yes, I am. And by the way, I'm sure folks out there are talking about that a good bit as well. A program is used to a lot of success
Certainly, the Hat, as he is known, Les Miles, has had that, and now suddenly a little turn in the reversal of fortune there. But the word I get is that don't worry about LSU. There's a lot of great young players, and by next year they'll have it fixed. What's your take on that?
That's it. I mean, that's the consensus right now, buddy. Is I really feel like Les is kind of getting a pass this year, just knowing that they had the number 2 recruiting class in the nation this past year. Brandon Harris, one of the top quarterbacks, Leonard Fournette, the number 1 running back, Malachi Dupree, the number 1 wide receiver in last year's recruiting class. And so I think all the fans see the potential for really great seasons in the next year and 2 years. That they will be able to bounce back. Now, the disappointing thing has been to see Les Miles really kind of try and throw the same things at some opponents that clearly will not work this year because they just don't have the horses to do the same things. They don't have the same experience. So you really haven't seen him be very creative with that young talent that is there. Instead, they've tried to kind of do the same things that they've always done, and it hasn't worked out because there's a bunch of young guys trying to do it.
We've had quite a turn of events in Gainesville in recent days. You know about that. Today, a statement was released by Huntley Johnson, who is the attorney for the young quarterback, Treon Harris, who obviously is going through a tough time right now and under suspicion, at least, of having committed sexual assault, at least the accusations. And Huntley Johnson issued the following statement. I want to get your reaction because you know who Huntley Johnson is. You follow
sure,
it.
Absolutely.
He says, we want to dispel the ideas and rumors floating around that our client forced his way into the alleged victim's apartment. Those rumors are patently false. Mr. Harris has never been inside the young lady's room. We understand that all the evidence was gathered from our client's room, which is where the interaction between the two parties took place. We know that an individual has given a testimony to the law enforcement that he had sexual relations with the alleged victim less than an hour before the alleged sexual conduct with our client took place. In fact, testimony indicates the young lady in question was the sexual aggressor in that interaction. Our investigation has produced no evidence whatsoever that the young lady in question was impaired. Now, that's lawyer talk. That's all his side, obviously. It's aimed at getting it out in the media. That he's trying to shoot down some theories. What do you make of that?
Well, let's backtrack. And I went on record as commending the University of Florida for taking the steps in swift action to suspend Harris. And I said that at that time that even if he is innocent, that better safe than sorry. In light of Jameis Winston and the national outcry over the way that was handled, and just really buddy, the way Ray Rice and all the other things that have been going on lately, I don't think there was any way that Florida could stand to bide their time and hope that it passed over without making a move like that. And so I commended them. Now, I think this is a very strong statement from Huntley, and he's presenting a lot of things that would suggest that Harris, there's no wrongdoing on his part. I think the university will still have to do their due diligence. So I'm not sure. Like, if the point is should Harris play this week, I don't know that you can still find out all the information. Like it obviously, like Huntley's going to present the case of Harris and his defense. Right. That's what he's doing. I just don't know if you can still gather all the information fast enough to absolve him and clear him for this weekend.
Right. We're talking to Chris Price. Chris, Tom Schmitz here. Let's I want to, with the Treon Harris thing, I want to jump away from that for a minute and go back to something that you have a unique perspective on, because you've seen, working here at the University of Florida in and around the program here at the University of Florida, you see the pressure cooker that is the University of Florida. You're in LSU, what we all perceive as a pressure cooker. Is the pressure just as big on Les Miles there to win and win constantly as it was, say, on an Urban Meyer, as it is on a Will Muschamp to win?
That's interesting, Tom. I think over the past few years, really, for LSU, it's been as much about beating Nick Saban and Alabama as it has been about winning championships and anything else. It's kind of interesting that really makes or breaks a season because they have been used to winning and winning a lot. Now, I grew up in Louisiana, and times were not good in the 90s. And in fact, it's kind of a different, reversal of fortunes over different times, really, for these two programs. They haven't really seemed to coincide with a lot of success too much. But it is a totally different perspective. I don't think there is the pressure like there is at Florida. I think very few places have the pressure that Florida has. Maybe Ohio State. I think the fans have enjoyed it. I think they've gotten used to it, and they certainly would like to see it continue. But there is certainly not the outcry, that I see, that I saw happening last year, with Will, and that I continue to see it from a distance.
All right, Chris Price from WBRZ in Baton Rouge, the ABC station. Appreciate your thoughts. Give me a 10-second prediction on the game.
Oh, gosh. I actually think that the Gators are going to find a way to pull it out, just being the home team. I think it's going to be very ugly, but I think Florida's going to be able to run the ball, and LSU hasn't been able to stop the run this year.
Chris, thanks. Good stuff. Appreciate it. All the best to you. We'll talk again soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, Chris Price from out in Baton Rouge. Take a break, come back. Our new intern gets to play a game called Fake or Factoid next, right here on The Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clear skies tonight, low 68 to 74. Friday, mostly sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 88 to 90. Mostly clear skies for Friday night, low 70 to 75. And then for Saturday, a partly sunny day, a high of 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lockdock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lockdock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. I'd like to invite you to stop by and see our new boutique area and meet our staff of professional stylists. Here at Hello Gorgeous, we are ready to update your look with the latest trends. It's the perfect time to brighten up your look. So make your appointment now for those highlights and Brazilian blowout. But don't stop there. We are a full-service salon offering manicures, pedicures, and facials also. So if you've been searching for a salon to call your own, come and see us at Hello Gorgeous Salon. We are located at 48 South Magnolia Avenue in downtown Ocala, right next to the Marion Theater. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
WOCA.
AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3 FM.
All right, back on the program. We've got a couple minutes. We're going to indoctrinate our newest person, Johnny Walker. Yes, that's his name. Get over it, will you? On a game called Fake or Factoid, which Tom Schmitz claims he's the king of. This is going to be the true test of a raw rookie.
Let me tell you, the rookie's going. He has no shot. Johnny, you have no shot.
I just called Las Vegas. They know who Johnny Walker is. They told me he was the favorite to win this game.
He has no shot at winning.
I bet my money on Johnny. Here's how it works, Johnny. I just read a statement. Make him go first, Johnny, the first couple. Don't answer until he answers, and then you can do what you want to. Here we go.
Okay, gotcha.
Here it is. Fake or factoid. Number one, New Zealand is the only country that contains every type of climate in the world. Fake or factoid? Tom?
Fact. We're up against the clock here, Johnny.
Oh, okay.
You can agree if you want to.
Fake.
You say fake?
Fake.
Yeah.
Sorry, Johnny. Tom's right on this one.
Darn it.
It is nothing.
Okay.
Do not let him intimidate you. Okay.
It's too late. I've already intimidated. I bullied him right into the wrong answer.
I know, right?
Okay, let's see how smart Tom is now. You ready?
Okay, ready.
Number 2, in Swahili, the word Obama means hunter warrior.
Fact.
Fact.
You suckers fell for it. It's fake.
Fake.
No.
Johnny, you're down 2 now, brother. Come on.
Sounded good, though, buddy. You did a good job on that.
I know.
I'm gonna
Right.
go out fast.
Number 3, the word for dog in the Australian Aboriginal language, Mabararan, happens to be dog.
What?
What?
The word dog means dog in its original
Oh, in the Aboriginal. Okay.
Is that right?
Fact.
You say fact.
Fact.
Fact it is. Johnny's alive. There we go. Hang in there, Johnny. Now, he has to go first.
I'm going first.
And
Yeah.
you got 1 miss?
I got 1. Johnny's got 2.
All right, after this one, we'll have a different strategy. Number 4, in Kenya, if you can catch a spear with your bare hands, it is believed you will live to be over 100.
Fact.
Fact.
Anybody want to change their answer?
Fake.
Hey, he caught on, and he won. All right.
Yes.
2-2. Good job. Okay.
Last question.
Last question. All right. All right. We'll see who goes first. In Nebraska, it's against the law to let a bushel of corn rot.
You want me to go first, Johnny? Mm-hmm. It's the Cornhusker state. I'm going to go with fact on that.
Fact. Fake.
Which is
it?
Which is it?
Which
Johnny?
is it? Fake or fact?
Fake.
He won.
Johnny wins. He won.
By guess.
But changing his answer. Good job. All right. The rookie wins.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I don't know how that happened.
This is it.
What's the number?
The number is this.
I've sunk into a low of lows.
He beats Tom. Greg Graham's just loving it.
He's right now. He's pulled over laughing.
He's pulled over his cruiser and he's laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a number. Each year, how many? By the way, always write these down and don't say them because you'll play under.
And then
So
we'll
write
hold.
your answer
Right,
down.
we'll hold them up.
All right. Each year, how many earthquakes take place on this planet? Write the number down. How many earthquakes take place on this planet? You ready?
Yep.
Tom, go first.
I wrote 15,000.
15,000.
Lowballed it.
What do you got?
27.
27. 50,000.
I knew it was in the. It was
But
a huge
it
number.
doesn't matter. Johnny still won.
He still won the whole game.
All right, good job. All right, coming up next, you're going to have Southern Pigskin tonight. Don't miss it. We'll be replaying again tomorrow at this hour, 5 o'clock. Terry Bradshaw is going to give you his full moon theory.
Yeah.
You're going to love it. Stay tuned. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Pigskin tonight, coming up next, right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself. Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clear skies tonight, low 68 to 74. Friday, mostly sunny and warm, a high tomorrow of 88 to 90. Mostly clear skies for Friday night, low 70 to 75. And then for Saturday, a partly sunny day, a high of 87 to 89. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Steve Williams.
This weather brought to you by A&A Lock Dock. Did you know that most break-ins happen during bad weather because it masks the sound? Don't be another victim. Protect your home and business today. Call A&A Lock Dock, 352-867-1965. That's 352-867-1965.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock Dock